finally get back into your regular routine?
Well, I said that the other day is it's good to get some normalcy with our preparation. It's been a very different start. It really has. We've really only had one normal week, and that was getting ready for App State, and we're going on our 5th game, and so that's been a strange, start to the season. Very odd, for a lot of reasons. First of all, camp was different this year because we had a whole extra week of school. We have not had that. We played a week later. That was a very different camp for us, getting ready for Wofford. Then we had a normal week for App. Then you got, 3 days, and then you're traveling on a Wednesday to Louisville. Then you're off 16 days, and then you're playing a hurricane. It's been a strange, really strange, start to our season. So yeah, we got 8 weeks, and it's great because you just hope that we can kind of get in the rhythm, in the flow of the season. I mean, we sat at home for 2 Saturdays and watched everybody else. Just a unique deal, but I think we've managed it well. Obviously, we're 4-0, found ways to win, but hopefully we can get some rhythm. Hopefully we can get some continuity, and start kind of putting our Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays in sequence here. Our best football's ahead of us. There's no question. I mean, that's probably the thing I'm most happy about is we're 4-0, but we're really. I mean, we haven't even come close to playing our best game or our best football. So, I'm excited about that. We gotta finish better. Our last 2 games we've had double-digit leads in the 4th quarter, and we've let people back in the game various ways, and we gotta correct that. We got to put people away, and so hopefully we'll improve in that area as we go.
Tech their season's sort of gotten a little sideways on them with 3 consecutive losses. I'm assuming that 2 and 3 maybe doesn't best describe what they are.
No, heck no. You better be ready to play Georgia Tech. I'm just going to tell you. They lost at Notre Dame. Let's not forget Notre Dame was the 5th ranked team in the country, and they're still really, really, really good. And they 16-7 in the 4th quarter up there, if you watch the game. And Georgia Tech had a really bad turnover, I think, on kickoff return right there. They got after them guys at their place. I know the score, got away right there at the end, but, it was 16-7 in the 4th quarter. And Georgia Tech had made some uncharacteristic mistakes that hurt them in that game. And then, they lost to North Carolina, who North Carolina's probably in the lead in the Coastal right now. What are they, 4-1 or 5-1 or something? That's a solid football team. And Duke's got 1 loss to Northwestern, who's undefeated. And so, they've played good people. Georgia Tech's a really good football team. I mean, we have a ton of respect for their program and who they are. The record has nothing to do with it.
Coming off of a win of that caliber this past Saturday, maybe somewhat human nature to have a little bit of a letdown the next week. Do you like where your team is right now to avoid that? And does it help that you're playing a Georgia Tech team that got you last year?
Well, I mean, if we have a letdown, we're going to get our butts kicked. I'll tell you that. But it's really not I have not really seen that in the fabric of our culture, if you will. We've been a very consistent football team, regardless. We haven't lost a lot of games, but when we have, we've come back and played well. That was the rhetoric last year when we lost to Tallahassee. Oh, well, how are you going to get the team back? I mean, it's so devastating. They mentally spent. It was the storyline. Oh, God, they just, the loss is going to beat you twice. That garbage that people try to pour out there, and we won 9 out of 10 to finish the season, and won the next week, and then it was the flip side. We beat South Carolina, And the rhetoric was, well, the season's over. They did something that they haven't done. Deshaun Watson's out. Their quarterback stinks. They can't. Oh, they're playing Oklahoma. You know, well, we played the best game of the season against Oklahoma. So, you know, hopefully, you know, we've demonstrated consistency regardless of whether we've had success, whether we've had failure, whatever. We've had other big wins around here. And where we've come back and played well. Our expectation is what I tell you guys all the time is it's a one-game season. It is a season of its own. That's what I laugh every week, you know, when I have to sit down and do the poll stuff and I kind of look and see what everybody's done. It's just hilarious because, you know, in the talking heads, it's everybody – they just proclaim this is what's going to happen after 3 games or 4 games. It's just done. I mean, well, this is just going to happen. This team's there and this team's in. You forget you got to play the games, and it's just crazy. And so that's why I say that every week. It's a season of its own every single week, and you evaluate that season, and then you figure out who's this and that, and at the end of the year, then you got a consensus. But that's just what we do. I mean, that's just the way we do things. We put everything we got into every single opponent. We don't practice any different. We don't meet longer. We do exactly the same thing, whether it's Notre Dame or Wofford or whoever we play. And you know, that's our mentality. And I think that it's important that you have that type of structure because you are dealing with young people, and it is human nature. And that's why we put so much emphasis and effort on having a very systematic, you know, plan of preparation as far as what we do on a daily basis. And we don't vary from that, regardless of any success or failure that we have.